Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about Sex and the City again. That's right. It's time for another episode of Sex and the City. I'm Diego. I've watched all 94 episodes of Sex and the City. I watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show and Just Like Crap. I already reviewed that show. You can watch it if you want to. The videos are on here. Okay, but we're not going to talk about that show. We're going to talk about Sex and the City, the original show from the late 90s to the early 2000s, back when the show was good. All right, here. So what I do on this show, okay, for those of you that are new, is I talk about this show from a straight man's point of view, okay? I was a young man back when these episodes first aired, but I watched every single episode when it first came out. Okay, I was a big fan of the show. I actually loved the show a lot. I'm not putting the show down at all. Okay, the only problem I really had with the show was I did not like the way the straight guys on the show were being portrayed. They were not being portrayed realistically, the way a normal straight guy would act. Okay, that was the only problem I had with the show. Everything else was pretty good. It was well written. I like the characters. I like the fact that they're all different personalities. You know, they're basically four different aspects of Candace Bushel's personality. Okay, I liked all that kind of stuff. I like the dating situations. Like I said, it was well written. I love the scenery. You know, it's a very New York is a character on the show. The city is actually a character on the show. Okay, so I liked all that stuff about it. The biggest problems that I had was how straight men were being portrayed. We had no creative input at all in the creation of the show. Okay, the show was written for by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. Okay, and it was written for women and gay guys. It was not written for me. And I understand that. So I know that I'm watching a show that was not written for me. Okay, so if I don't like it, blame myself. Well, you're absolutely correct. Okay, but I did like the show. Okay, this is the only critique I really had of the show was I didn't like the way the straight guys were being portrayed. That's it. Everything else was pretty on point. It was pretty good. Every once in a while they did get it right. Every once in a while they did portray a straight guy correctly. You know, and when they do that, I mention it here too. So it's not all like putting it down and this is unrealistic and no guy would ever do it. No. Sometimes they actually do get it right. Okay. Now the episode that we're going to talk about today is from season 4, episode 7. Okay. It's called Time and Punishment. Okay. Now, before I get into this, I just want to give you a disclaimer real quick. If you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, okay, if you're sensitive, if you're a fucking snowflake, get the fuck out. Okay. I'm going to say things from my own point of view. I'm going to add in my own anecdotes from my own personal life. I'm going to talk about what I think about relationships, what I think about these situations that the episode is giving us, what the guys are thinking, what's realistic. Okay, I'm giving this all from a straight point of view, and I'm talking to you the way I would talk to another human being. Okay, I'm not censoring myself. Okay, I'm talking to you the way I would talk to a guy at work about it, or the way I talk to some girls at work about it. All right, if you were my platonic friends, okay, I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. Okay, I'm not here to sugarcoat jack shit. Okay, I'm not dating any one of you out there watching this. I'm not trying to get money from anybody here. I'm telling you the honest God truth from a straight man's point of view, which is a point of view you did not get from watching the show. Okay, so if you're easily offended, if you discover something that I said, okay, and you're pissed off because your boyfriend didn't tell you that, or your dad didn't tell you that, or your husband didn't tell you that, don't blame me. Okay, I'm sorry that the guys in your life weren't honest with you. Okay. I'm not right about everything, okay? But I am being completely honest about what I think when I say on here, okay? So if it offends you, I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. I might say something that offends you. If I do, get out, okay? Because I'm just telling you what I really think about this show and what I really think about these situations, all right? So there you go. You've been warned. All right, I am unfiltered, uncensored. Okay, so here we go. So start off with, like I said, this episode is season 4, episode 7. It's called Time and Punishment. Time and Punishment. So basically, what this episode is going to deal with are the consequences of getting back together with a partner after that partner's cheated on you. Okay. Now, Aiden, I already said this before. Okay, Aiden took Carrie back last episode. He forgave her for cheating on him when they were together. Okay, he forgave her for that, and he wants to give her another shot. Okay, unfortunately, he did something that unfortunately nice guys do all the time. I've been guilty of it myself. I know lots of guys that have done this, okay, is they got back with a girl that cheated on them, but they did it before they had resolved their issues. Okay, there's a reason she cheated on you. Okay, there is a reason that she fucked around on you and lied to you and did all those things, okay? Those issues need to be dealt with first, okay? You need to earn trust first before you get back together. That did not happen here. Aiden just took her back. Okay? He contemplated it for a good fucking 25 minutes and then he fucking took her back. That's not how you get back in a relation. Not when it's a bit of a breakup like this. Okay? She totally fucked around on him. Okay? And he just fucking forgave her. Like it was nothing. You know? So now we're dealing with the consequences of that. He just forgave her, said, let's give another shot. I'm not mad at you anymore. You know? Well, I would still be mad at her, okay? I sure as fuck wouldn't get back together with her that fast. like I said, I've done it before. I've done a lot of fucked up shit when I was younger. You know, when I was in my 20s and stupid, back when the show aired, I was in my 20s. I was dating lots of women. I lived in a big city. I was doing all this to the same shit that she's doing, okay? But from a guy's point of view, all right? So I totally understand what it's like to be single, dating in a big city, you know, hanging out with your friends, all that kind of shit, you know, dating one loser after another. And yes, ladies, some of you are losers, okay? It's not just the guys that are losers, all right? So I've done that, okay? So I understand it from a guy's point of view. So I'm going to call out the bullshit, all right? So he took her back without addressing any of the issues as to why she cheated on him. She says she did it. She says she was sorry. That's it. Well, you're going to need a little bit more than that, okay? I want to know why the fuck you allowed this guy in your life again after y'all broke up. Why were you sneaking around on me? You know, what is it about this guy? He was married. We know, how come you have no issue with that? How come there's lots of questions, okay? Why did you get with me if you were still seeing him? Why did you break up with me if you wanted him more? What, you know, all this kind of shit. None of that shit was solved or dealt with or talked about, okay? So now Aiden's starting to be passive aggressive. So, and I got to fault him for that. I've done it myself. I know there's things you don't want to talk about in your relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody, if you really love your partner, you have to talk about everything. There can be no fucking secrets, okay? Any sort of secret that you have on there is going to build into a much bigger secret, okay? And it's going to destroy your relationship, okay? But by that time, one of you's not going to give a shit about the relationship anymore. So it doesn't fucking matter for that one person that wants to end it, okay? But that's how this shit starts. You got to fucking start off fresh, clean slate. Okay, you got to start from ground zero. Destroy the piece of shit building that didn't work and build a new one. But you got to lay the foundation first. They have not done that. They just decide, okay, let's just fucking make a new building. Okay, that's not how it works, all right? It's not how it should work, all right? So anyway, so the episode starts off with Aiden and Carrie. They're having sex in bed, okay? While they're having sex, Big calls. Yeah. Her answer machine picks it up. And while Aiden's having sex with Carrie, Big leaves a voice message. Hey kid, I'm back in town. Give me a call, you know. And he's just like, oh, but he didn't say anything about it. Carrie's kind of fucked up about it, like, oh shit, you know. But Aiden says nothing about it, okay? So, but she knows that Aiden heard it, okay? So she's kind of fucked up about it. He just keeps having sex like nothing happened, okay? Bullshit. Do you want to talk about a conversation starter? If that was me, that's it right there. Why the fuck is this guy still calling you? If I was her boyfriend, I would stop having sex. I would look at her and say, why the fuck is this guy still calling you? Okay, that would be the beginning of a whole new fucking conversation right there. But of course, he does not do that. Okay, he makes it worse by not addressing it. Because you know, Carrie's not gonna fucking address it. Okay, because when it comes to a relationship, Carrie has no courage. Okay, she has no courage unless she gets significantly mad. If she gets super mad, then she'll just start talking shit. Okay, but if she's not mad or if she knows that it's her fault, she ain't gonna say shit. That is predictable for Carrie. She's actually Carrie, I love Carrie to death, but she's kind of a coward when it comes to shit like this. She really is. She doesn't want to rock the boat, even though the boat has been rocking for a long fucking time now. She wants to act like it's not rocking, so she doesn't want to make it worse. Okay, so she'd rather just not deal with it because she's scared to deal with it. Fuck that. Already bad relationship. Bad relationship. Okay, this is the shit you don't fucking do in a relationship. Okay, there's no honesty here. Because there's no trust here. Okay, she knows she's not trustworthy. He has not tried to get her to earn it. He just gave it to her again. Okay, and now that's pissing him off. But rather than him tell her, hey, you know what the fuck is going on here? Why is this guy calling you? He would rather act like he didn't hear it. You know, like it didn't happen. You know, that's just no way to live. No way to have a relationship. Okay, so that's going on. But Carrie does tell her friends because she tells her friends everything. She doesn't tell her boyfriend shit. She tells her friends everything. Okay, so she tells her friends, that what happened. You know, they didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it. They just went back to sleep. And when she woke up, I think she calls it her crook or her, there's a word for it. Her schnook or her nook. Okay. She calls this area of Aiden's upper body his nook. So she usually falls asleep with her head in his nook. All right. Well, when she wakes up, he's on the other side of the bed. Okay. And he usually doesn't do that. She always falls asleep in his nook, and that didn't happen. So she knows it has something to do with that phone call, all right? The message that Big left. So she talks to her girlfriends about it. It's bothering her that happened. She, like I said, she woke up, he was on the other side of the bed. Maybe he'll never forget what happened. That's what she's afraid of, that he'll never forget that she cheated on him for many months. Okay, and that he'll always be afraid that she's gonna have another affair. You know, that because Big left that message, maybe in the back of his mind, he's thinking that she's going to call him back, you know, and like start cheating on him again. Okay. That's what she's afraid that he's thinking about. But rather than ask her boyfriend these questions, you know, she would rather just talk about it to her girlfriends. All right. Yeah. Because that makes a lot of fucking sense. But you know, this is nothing new. This show's all about, just like they always eat at the same fucking place for brunch or breakfast, whatever. It's the same fucking place with the bacon on the menu. They eat there every fucking episode, and they're eating there again, and they're always talking about the problems instead of talking about to their significant others. Like I said, one of the things about this show is not really about heterosexual relationships. It's not. Okay, that's what they promote it as, because it's about sex, and you gotta have sex with a partner to do it. Okay, but the show's really about the relationships between these four women. Okay, which is just a metaphor for Candace Bushel. Okay, these four different aspects of her personalities. It's like that show fucking Herman's Head. Okay, these are four different aspects of her own personality. So she decided to give them each a name and make them a separate character. That way they can intermingle with each other, you know, from their different points of view. Okay, so that's what's going on. It's about a relationship about loving yourself. That's what ultimately the show is really about. It's about being a woman and loving yourself. Okay, it's not really about being a woman and loving a man. Hell no. Okay, I don't think any woman on the show really understands what that is. Okay, maybe a little bit they do, but the bottom line is they care. That nobody on the show will ever really put someone else's needs in front of them. They'll do it every once in a while if they feel like it. Okay, but bottom line is, you know, it's their life. Okay, and they don't live for anybody else. Like, they live for themselves, and we find out later on, or throughout the course of the show, we find out that they live for each other too. Okay, husbands can come and go, children can come and go, but friends are forever. Okay, that's the message behind this show. Okay, and it's not a realistic message. Okay, it really isn't. Okay, people drift apart. Okay, you got to remember, these women are all middle-aged and they're all single and they all have no kid. Well, Charlotte's married now. They're all single and they have no kids. You know, and they're all living, you know, they're all still friends, okay, and living in New York City. That is not going to last. That is not your typical. Usually most women by that age are still in their first or second marriage, or they've already at least got one kid, okay? The fact these women are all single and still actively dating and never had any kids, never been divorced, all that kind of shit is not realistic. But you know, so we're getting their point of view. What's it like to be a woman that age that didn't get married, that didn't go by the rules that all the other women did? This is their story, okay? And it's very empowering, I get it. But ultimately, it's a show about the relationships they have with themselves. It's about how you love your friends, not so much about how you love your men, the men in your life, okay? So just saying that, okay? That's why they always confide to each other rather than their significant others, who are not so significant, really. Like, the men are easily disposable on the show. Okay, so anyway, so that's what Carrie's concerned about, that Aiden will never forget what she did. He'll never really forgive her. And that she might do it again, so we'll never really trust her again. Okay, and he'll always be afraid. Okay, so so she tells her girlfriends that, you know, Aiden and I, we're gonna have to talk about it. No fucking shit, you're gonna have to talk about it. You should have done that before you got back together, Carrie. Okay, so yeah, so she tells him she's gonna have a conversation with Aiden about this. All right. Now Samantha says no one ever wants to hear about their lovers' past lovers. You know, she's like, just leave it in the past. Don't talk about it. Leave it in the past. Just act like it didn't happen. That's what Samantha tells her, right? Act like you cheating on him, all that kind of shit. It was a long time ago, which it wasn't. It never happened, so treat it like it never happened, okay? Well, it did happen. It's always going to be an elephant in the room. You got to acknowledge it, okay? They didn't acknowledge it, not really, you know? Carrie's like, you know, I can't just forget it. It's on my fucking answer machine. You know, and Charlotte's Charlotte says like, well, I want to change the subject here. I'm quitting my job. Really? They're like, why are you quitting your job? Miranda especially hates the fact that fucking Charlotte's quitting her job. She gets very judgmental. Like, oh, so you can have a man support you, huh? You know, that kind of fucking thing. You know, because, you know, Miranda's an attorney. You know, she's a boss bitch, you know. The idea of having a man support her actually turns her on, but she knows she ain't gonna get it. So she's gotta act like she's the boss bitch. She's the one in charge. You see what I mean? Okay, so it bothers her when she actually sees a woman acting like a woman. Go figure, right? And Charlotte is the girliest out of all four of them. Okay, she's the one I'm most attracted to. She's the most feminine out of them, you know? Her and Carrie are probably the most feminine, but Charlotte is feminine in a pleasant way, okay? I know she's an airhead. I know she's a gold digger. Okay, but she's pleasant. She's pleasantly feminine. Okay, she's not ashamed of being feminine. Okay, whereas someone like Carrie is always has anxiety about being feminine, and Miranda hates the fact that she's a girl, and Samantha basically loves the sexuality of being feminine, okay, but she thinks more like what a guy wishes he could be like, okay. She thinks more like an alpha male, okay, but she does appreciate that, but she doesn't want to look like a woman and act like a woman. She just thinks like an alpha male, which is cool. These are all cool characters. Don't get me wrong. These are really good, well-written characters, well fleshed out characters, and they're portrayed very well. Even Cynthia Nixon does a good job as Miranda. She really does. The fact that she pisses me off so much means that she's succeeding in selling me her character. Okay, so it's a good thing. All right. So anyway, so that's going on. Charlotte says that Trey, her husband Trey, suggested that she quit her job because he's fucking loaded, okay? So he doesn't fucking need her to work, okay? He can support her easily. And I think that's really what Charlotte wants. She doesn't really want to work, okay? If you watch the new show and Just Like That and Just Like Crap, she doesn't fucking work. She fucking manages the household, okay? She doesn't clean the house. She actually hires people to do that, but she manages the household. She's on all these committees, all these PTA committees. She's in a tennis club. She's in she's part of the steering committee for some artsy fartsy bullshit. She doesn't actually work. Okay, well, she doesn't like to work. Okay, and I don't blame her. I mean, she's a gold digger. She's trying to find a guy to support her, and she found one. Okay, so why fucking work? If you don't have to, this guy's gonna take care of her. So. And she don't like working, so fine. I get it. I don't agree with it, but if that's what she wants to do, fuck it. She's in a position where she can do that, okay? If I'm in a position where I don't have to work, why would I want to, okay? Now, for those of you that are being judgmental, hey, how many of you ever worked in customer service, all right? Can you imagine doing that for the rest of your fucking life? Imagine getting yelled at by customers for the rest of your fucking life. Yeah, imagine putting up with that abuse, okay? And then all of a sudden here you get this gold parachute where you don't have to do that anymore. Would you still put up with that? No, you probably wouldn't. Okay, you might be like, okay, fuck you. Fuck this whole business. I'm out of here. Okay? Yeah. So, just saying. Okay, so so she's quit her job. Trey suggested it. And she's like, what has the gallery done for me lately? Because she works at a gallery. She's a curator at this art gallery. Okay? And she's like, soon I'll be pregnant. And the apartment, and I can keep busy. The apartment needs decorating. I need to volunteer at the hospital. I'm gonna start doing that at Trey's hospital. And Samantha's like, well, be damn sure you want to get off the Ferris wheel. Be damn sure you want to get off the Ferris wheel, Charlotte. Okay, because the ones that want to get on are 22, perky, and ruthless. Okay, so she's talking about her own experiences here. And it's true. It's true, I'm not saying it's fair, but society does place a certain value on women, okay? As far as, being younger and attractive, okay? These women here are in their 30s and 40s, okay? So, they're starting to lose their sexual market value. I'm sorry if it pisses you off, okay? Hey, the same thing happens to us fucking too, okay? Okay, same thing fucking, okay, how many of you women out there would fuck Clint Eastwood right now? Okay, probably not a lot of you, okay? But how many of you would have fucked Clint Eastwood in 1960? Okay, probably every one of you, okay? So don't give me that fucking shit, all right? It happens to us too. Oh, it's not beauty standards on women are so unfair. Bull fucking shit, okay? There's a lot of things unfair. The standards women put on us are unfair as well, okay? We just don't bitch about it as much. They don't make shows about it for us. We don't have fucking talk shows with a bunch of fucking bitches on there talking about how fucking women ruin the whole fucking world. We don't do that shit. We just fucking suck it up. All right. Moving right along, okay? So she's like, I'll be pregnant soon. I got to decorate the house. I'm going to volunteer at Trey's hospital, blah, blah. Samantha says, like, hey, your young girl's going to take your spot, all right, if you give up. So Carrie's like, no, you have a lot of opinions today, Samantha. You really got a lot of opinions today. And Samantha's like, just forget it ever happened. Just treat it that way, okay? So that gives us a thesis of this episode is, can you ever really forgive and forget? Okay? Now, just to point out, fucking Samantha is wearing some fucking pink outfit on the street. She's trying to get a cab. She's wearing some pink. I mean, it's hurting my vision, okay? It's so fucking pink. It's like a cartoon pink in the middle of a realistic New York City. Okay, it just looks bad. Okay, it looks bad. Okay, it screams, look at me, I want attention. That's what it screams, all right? So anyway, so she's trying to hail a cab, but some guy jumps in the cab ahead of her and steals her cab. She gets pissed off. So when the cab gets to the stoplight, she runs up to the cab and pushes the guy in there and gets in there with him, you know? Okay, she forces him in. Of course, this leads to fucking sex, so they end up fucking. Of course they do. That's like the very next scene. Okay, so that's going on. Carrie tries to pull Aiden back to her side of the bed when they're in bed again. Okay, and she's trying to make him feel sexy. Okay, she's trying to pull him back to the bed and trying to make him feel like she's attracted to him, you know. And he, you know, and honestly, it looks pretty pathetic. Okay, like if I was in love with some woman, you know, and then I found out that she'd been cheating on me the whole time, and my heart's broken, and I break up with her, and then she comes back to me 6 months later telling me she's sorry, and telling me that, you know, she misses me and all this kind of shit, and I take her back, and all of a sudden she's fucking, you know, playing with my hair all the time. She's cooking me food all the time. She's always telling me what a great boyfriend I am and how much she loves me and how I'm the best lover she's ever had. And she's always doing like, you know what? I would be thinking to myself, you know what? That's fucking bullshit. That's what I would be thinking. What the fuck are you trying to do? It's pathetic. It makes you look fucking stupid, number one. Okay? Just because you want to pretend what happened didn't happen doesn't mean I'm going to. Okay? That's always going to be there. Okay? It's like taking a fucking, like a porcelain coffee cup and you smashed it on the floor, right? You've broken it. Oh shit, you fucked it up. So what do? You grab some crazy glue and you put it back together. You blow on it, you wait for it to dry, and now it's back together. Now you can use it again, but guess what? It's got cracks in it that it didn't have before. Those cracks will never go away. No matter how many times you drink out of that cup now, those cracks will never go away. That's how relationships are like, okay? You can still have one, okay, but it's never gonna be the same. Okay, it will never be the same. So why bother? So this better be someone well fucking worth it, okay? Otherwise, why the fuck bother? Why put yourself and your partner through all that shit, okay? Nobody thought about this stuff. They just got back together. What the fuck? It's not real. Well, it is realistic, unfortunately, because I've done it myself, okay? I wasn't 35 when I fucking did it, but I was in my 20s and I've done shit like this too. So I'm not saying fucking it would never happen. No. Unfortunately, a lot of guys would do that, okay? A lot of guys would do that, all right? So yeah, I actually believe that this would happen, okay? I've known plenty of guys that have done this to their ever-living regret. I've done it myself, like I said. So, you know, girls have done this shit to me. I know plenty of guys that this has happened to them, okay? So yeah, it is actually kind of realistic. So anyway, that this shit would happen, okay? But what I call bullshit on is that he would act like he doesn't realize what she's doing. I would know exactly what she's doing, okay? She's trying to get me not to think about the phone call that I heard. The guy I heard that she cheated on me with left for her in her apartment, okay? That's what she's thinking, okay? And that's definitely what I would be thinking, all right? So that's going on here. He says like, nah, I don't want to stay here in bed with you. I want to go to the gym. And she's like, you know, she's like, you know, but I want you to stay here. He's like, no. He's like, come on, I got to go to the gym. You know, it's like, you want me what? You want me to get all soft and beer bellied again? And she's like, I liked you when you were soft and beer bellied. He's like, yeah, well, I didn't. Okay, and he gets up and starts putting his clothes on. Hey, good for you, Aiden. See, now he's sticking up for himself, which is a good sign, okay? Like I said this before, you know, like after I had a girlfriend once that cheated on me, she broke up with me and I was depressed about it. And so what did I do? I shaved my fucking head, okay? Why did I do that? Because I didn't want to see the same person in the mirror every day. The person that I used to see in the mirror was the guy that got cheated on by his girlfriend, okay? The guy that had no hair was not the same guy that got cheated on by his girlfriend, okay? So that's why I did that, all right? Aiden's doing the same thing. He's getting back in shape. Okay, because he wasn't really in shape when he dated her the first time because he's trying to become not the guy that he was before. Okay, before when he had the mullet and he had the beer belly. Okay, now he's got short hair and he's getting in shape. He's doing something about it. Okay, he's turned himself into a different guy almost. Okay, not the guy that Carrie cheated on, someone else. You see what I mean? That's his coping. That's his way of dealing with it, you know? Instead of fucking drinking himself to death or overdosing on fucking drugs or any of that shit, or stuffing his fucking fat ass like Miranda does. He decided he wanted to get healthy. He wanted to improve himself. He wanted to be a better fucking person than he was before. There's nothing wrong. This is actually what you're supposed to do after you've had your heart broken in a relationship. You make yourself more fucking attractive. That's not, he's doing the right thing. But Carrie's pissed off. All right. So what do you call it? But minor one, choose. All right. So, well, like I said, he didn't like himself when he was flabby before. Okay. And Carrie says, oh, well, give me a good morning kiss. And he's like, you should brush your teeth first. And he fucking leaves, all right? So now she's starting to get it. Like, okay, this is some passive-aggressive shit here, I mean, I used to do stuff like that myself, okay? And then I stopped doing stuff like that. That's the immature me did stuff like that, okay? And it's not necessarily if a girl cheated on me or something. A lot of times they didn't cheat on me. They just did something that pissed me off. And rather than tell them it pissed me off, I would just do passive-aggressive shit like that, Hey, we've all done it. Okay, ladies, you've done it too, so don't fucking get on your fucking judgmental high horse and look down on me, okay? Lots of guys have done it too, okay? And unfortunately, all of us are flawed human beings, Like Matthew McConaughey, we're just fucking, walking the earth, So Charlotte anyway calls Miranda and tells her that she was being judgmental to her at lunch, for judging her because she decided she wanted to quit her job, and Miranda got all judgmental on her for it, And Charlotte's like, I'm not one of those women that just works until you get married. Yeah, you are, Charlotte. You are. Okay, you are. You are most definitely the housewife, okay? You don't want to work unless you fucking have to, okay? You're more than happy to let your rich husband fucking support your ass, okay? You have no problem with that at all, okay? So no, don't give me that fucking bullshit. Now, it was wrong for Miranda to criticize you for that, okay? I'm criticizing you because I'm doing this YouTube channel, but if I knew you in real life, you're a real person, I would shut my mouth about what I really think because I wouldn't want to hurt your feelings, okay? But yes, okay, yes, she is. Okay. She's like, being a modern woman is about choices. And I choose to quit. My life, my choice. And Miranda's like, it's fucking 8:15 in the morning. I can't do this right now. Miranda's still wet. She just jumped out of the shower to answer the phone. She hasn't dried herself, but she got a towel on, and that's it. She has not dried her hair's wet. She's dripping everywhere. It's like, it's 8:15 in the morning, okay? I'm in no mood to fucking have this conversation with you, fucking Charlotte. I'm no frame of mind to have this conversation. Okay, and she's like, if you have a problem with what I said about quitting your job, then take it up with your husband. I'm hanging up. And Charlotte's like, I'm quitting my job so I can have a baby and cure AIDS. Yeah, right. Oh, you talking about the levels of self-delusion here are fucking insane, okay? Miranda's like, well, good for you. But don't be surprised if all you end up with is a pretty ceramic coffee cup with Trey's name on it. I have to go to work. So she hangs up on her, okay? And Charlotte's like, I choose my choice. 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 My choice, I choose it. I choose my choice. I choose my choice. I choose my choice. Literally, she says it that many times. I'm not making this up. She says it that many times on the phone. So Miranda fucking puts the phone down and, oh shit, she hurts her fucking neck. Okay, so now she can't fucking move. All right. Aiden is getting ready with Carrie. He's getting ready to go to the gym, putting his shirt on, he's in the bathroom, whatever. Carrie goes in the bathroom with some orange juice, gives him some orange juice, because she'd be nice to him, so that he doesn't think about all the times that she fucked another guy behind his back. Here's some orange juice, my handsome, handsome boyfriend. And he's like, he helps put her nicotine patch on, because she quit smoking, right? And he fucking slaps it on her back. She's like, oh. She's like, what was that? He's like, well, I was just making sure it's on there tight. That's all. Yeah, right. You see, well, the reason he did it was because before, while she asked him for help putting the nicotine patch on, she was talking to him while he was trying to undo it out of the wrapper. She's like, notice, I'm not cheating anymore. I've kicked the big habit. Yeah, she said the big habit. Now I'm practically perfect. Okay, that's why he slapped her in the back with a fucking nicotine patch. Okay, like I said, boy, this is the shit you're supposed to deal with before you get back together. Okay, so Carrie basically brought this on herself. I'm not saying he's right to slap her like he did in the back, but I mean the fact she's going out of her way to tell him that, you know, oh, I'll never cheat on you again. You know, I'm not fucking that other guy anymore. I will never do that again. See, I'm perfect now. See, I brought you orange juice. You know, I'll never fucking get filled out like an application again behind your back. No, I will never lie to you about that again. No. Well, you're busting your ass trying to help me. I'm not gonna be fucking other guys. No, I will never do that again. That's not who I am anymore. No. All I want is you. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, Carrie. Don't be this fucking stupid. You really think he can't see through that? All right. But like I said, it's Aiden's fault too. Why the fuck did you take her back? All right. Aiden's like, you know, I'm just making sure it's good and tight, you know. And he goes, why would I be mad at you, Carrie? Why would I be mad at you? He looks at her and says that. Then he opens up the fridge, and I guess the milk that Carrie had in there, it went bad. He's like, oh my Jesus, Carrie, this milk is like fucking spoiled. Like 4 days ago, you just left it in there. So he dumps it out, you know. He goes, you left it in there for days. He's like, look, Carrie, it's not you. I'm just stressed out at work. You know, I got to work with these toxic chemicals. I can't find anybody to walk my dog Pete. So I'll walk your dog Pete. And he's like, she's like, tell you what, Aiden, how about I take you out tonight? See, she's gonna fucking pay for the date. Okay, she's gonna take him out tonight. You see what I mean? This is bullshit. It doesn't fucking work. Ladies, the more you do this, the more you're bringing attention to what you've done. Okay, this is the worst thing to do. If you get back with a guy that you fucked around on, don't do this shit. Don't do this shit, okay? You're just stabbing him. You're just twisting the knife now, okay? Oh, God. You know, how about I take you out tonight? He's like, oh, no, actually, I got plans with my guy friends. We're going to go hang out at the bar, you know, at Steve's bar, you know. So, you know, I already got plans. She's like, well, you know, can I tag along? You know, she wants to join. He's like, you know, I don't care. You can come. You can not come. I don't care. It's fine. So he's very apathetic towards this. He doesn't really give a shit, you know. Like I say, he's being passive aggressive, okay? And I've done this before myself, okay? The phone rings. It's Miranda. She's calling from her bathroom. She's on the floor. She can't move, okay? When she hurt her neck, now she's in a lot of pain. She wants Carrie to come over and help her and help pick her up and take her to the hospital if she needs to go, whatever. Carrie can't do it. She's got somewhere to go. So Aiden volunteers. I tell her, I'll do it. I'll go to Miranda's place and check up on her. Okay. So he agrees to do that. He's a nice guy. I know he's being passive aggressive right now, but you put something serious there, he will step up. He will step up. That's the kind of guy that he is. Despite being mad at her, he will still help out someone who needs his help. He'll still do that. All right. So he agrees to go and go help out Miranda. Miranda does not know that Aiden's coming. She thinks Carrie's coming. All right. So Carrie's like, you know, oh, you're a great boyfriend, and I mean it so much. You're the best. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You know. So anyway, Miranda is stuck naked on the floor in the bathroom floor. She's got a towel on, but you can still see her ass, her big fucking fat white ass. Okay, on the floor. And he walks in on there, and she's freaking out. She can't move. You know, she's stuck there on the floor, and she's like, no, don't come in, I'm naked. Well, he catches her. He's like, come on. He's like, it's all right. He actually did very gentleman-like. He actually, when he walks in there, he's like, oh, no. He's like, okay. So he walks in backwards. Okay, see, here I am. I'm not looking at you. All right, I'm just going to grab this towel here. You know, so he's actually a very, I mean, this guy's a sweetheart. My God, man. Aiden's a fucking gem, dude. This guy's fucking gentleman to a fucking fault. Literally to a fault. He's a fucking gentleman, all right? This is the kind of thing that moms raise their sons to be, like Aiden. Okay, he's helpful, he's courteous, you know. He realizes that fucking Miranda's fucking naked, and he's trying to avoid her the embarrassment by not looking at her. You know, that's a gem, and he helps her up and he takes her to the hospital. You know, good for him, man. This guy, he does not deserve Carrie at all. You know, so that's going on, and he takes her. He comes up first, and he actually compliments her bathroom. It smells like lavender in here, you know? That's nice, you know? He compliments her bathroom, okay, while she's fucking in pain on the floor, stuck in a position on the floor, you know? And he really is an awesome guy. Aiden's really awesome. Okay, now I'm going to end this review right here, and I'm going to finish this review in part 2. So thank you for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one.